Women respect you when you approach them in a group because most men don't have the balls to do it. I just had to say you guys have the best vibe I've seen today. Yeah, I'm guessing you're from New York. Yeah. Yo, how you doing, bro? It's Coach Nav here. Just finished coaching my client in Miami. I've actually finished coaching all my clients now. I'm gonna go to London in a few days, and I had to make this video because today was a special day for my client because he approached a very difficult group approach, and most guys would have seen this and went, impossible. And what happened was, after he did the approach, he came out and he said, Nav, actually that was easier than I thought it was. And that's the reality when it comes to group approaches. They're much easier than we think it is. But what our brain does is it exaggerates the difficulty level in our head. And we think, man, this is impossible. But when you do it, you realize it's not even as hard as we think it is. And that's the thing. Today, he approached 3 girls sitting down. One of them had a kid in a restaurant where there was a lot of people around. And the girls were extremely friendly off the bat. And he was in there for 10 minutes. He got the one number that he really liked, one of the girls who really liked her, and he got a number. And it ended up being one of the best approaches of the whole boot camp. And he was extremely satisfied with doing the approach because he didn't want to do it. I had to push him in. And that's the thing. When we see a group of women, we kind of get scared in a way because we're like, oh, now I have to entertain the group. I need to increase my energy. It's like public speaking. So you've got the fear of the approach. You've got the fear of talking to a beautiful girl. Now you got to entertain other group members, which is why we think it's difficult. But actually what happens is when girls are in a group, they have this social energy because they're talking to each other, they're having fun. And that's why when you approach, they're already in that headspace. They got a good vibe. You got a good vibe because you've done a few approaches. That's exactly what happened with my client. This was his around like 8th approach, so he was really warmed up in a good vibe. So they had a good vibe, he had a good vibe, and it was instant connection. And that's the thing, when you're out there and you see a group of girls and you think, man, this is tough because they're in a group. Actually, what you need to understand is when you do the approach, it'll be much easier than what you think it is. And then the other thing is the approach in itself could get the girls attracted to you because approaching a group of girls is harder for guys to do, as I mentioned before, because we have this illusion. So we think it's really hard and many guys don't do it. So when you do it, you really stand out. And the girl that you like in the group will become attracted to you because you're a guy who take risks. You're a guy that has a lot of confidence, a lot of charisma because you just approach the group. And women know that it's hard, by the way. So that's the reason you've got to do these group approaches because if you don't, you're missing out. Because I know a lot of guys that do daytime approaches, they're not actually doing girls that are in 2s or in 3s or even in 4s. They just do the solo girls. So you're missing all these amazing opportunities because what I've noticed certainly with myself and coaching my clients is when they approach a group of girls, the conversion is actually easier than when they approach a girl by herself because of the fact that women will give you props for it. They will respect you for doing it and they will get attracted to you quicker because of that. The harder the difficulty of the approach, the more the girl's gonna get attracted to you. Next time you go out there, just remember that. And if you haven't done many group approaches, start with some easy indirect openers like, excuse me, do you know the best restaurant around here? That's actually the opener my client used when he approached the girls because it was calibrated to the environment. They were in a restaurant, so he asked them if they know the best, if this is the best restaurant around here. And then he transitioned by saying, by the way, you guys must be Russian. And they were Russian, so they were pretty impressed that he knew they were Russian. And that's exactly what you should do. In the beginning, just do indirect approaches. Ask them about, if you're in a retail store, ask them about a gift idea. If you're on the street, ask them about a good coffee shop. Excuse me, guys, do you know the best coffee shop around here? Do you know the best restaurant? If it's in the evening, the best bar. And then once they tell you, you know, about a bar or whatever, then say, by the way, you guys must be from. And that's how you can get into a conversation. All right, I hope that video helped. And if you got any question, go to the comment section. And also let me know if you've done group approaches in the past. Write in the comment section what you think of group approaches and your experience with that. All right, I'll catch you next video. Now.